Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hamilton, and today I'm going to be walking you through my top 4 Solana coins with a focus on DeFi. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I have been doing this for 8 years, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. Don't forget to like the video, and now let's jump straight into this. So the first platform we're going to talk about here today is MarginFi. Feel free to check this out in the description, and let's just jump into this, right? The website, very, very clean. We'll jump into the DApp in a minute, but as you can see here, right, total liquidity, 523 mil. That's massive. Okay, total staked, 81 mil, and total borrowed is 106 mil. When you see numbers like this on a project, particularly a new project, particularly on an up-and-coming chain like Solana, this is a massive green flag, and it means that people are actually using the product. Therefore, it's going to be more reputable and it's going to be more justifiable to use. If we scroll down here, we can see developers and users are capturing native yield in 3 ways. Okay, so you've got margin lend, you've got LSD staking, and you have margin swap. Let's jump in to the DApp right now and talk a little bit about the lending and borrowing. So lending here, users can deposit assets into the protocol to earn interest. The platform supports a diverse range of over 20 asset types. The interest rates are determined by the borrower demand and expressed as annual percentage yield, or APY for short. Borrowing, on the other hand, if we click this, it's similar. Obviously, they're going to be paying fees, and that's what's going to be funding the people that lend, right? That's what's going to be funding the APY. So essentially, users can borrow against their deposited assets, which act as collateral. The borrowing interest rates are displayed as annual percentage rates. This is APR for short. Borrowing incurs fees, and users must maintain their account health to avoid liquidation. So next up, we've got staking. Essentially, MarginFi offers liquid staking for Solana tokens in the form of LST. This allows users to stake their SOL to earn rewards while maintaining liquidity for the platform. Users receive LST tokens representing their staked SOL, which can be used within the platform or traded on MarginFi or CoinCo. And you can see here, this is where the TVL of 81 mil comes from. Okay, it's right here. And you're also seeing 5.5k LST in volume, which is great. Okay, you can stake on this pretty easily at an 8.4% projected APY. And now let's go over to the building side. It's always great to see projects that do support the devs that want to build on the blockchain. And they've actually created a MarginFi SDK. If you don't know what this means, it just helps developers develop in a more efficient way so they can get their products out to the public a lot quicker. This is great for the platform because it's going to have a lot of people building on it very, very quickly. So that's going to be it for MarginFi. Again, check them out in the description. They're doing really, really good things, and I would highly recommend looking into their DApp because it's very, very clean to use as well. Let's jump in to the next project. So let's dive in to the next platform here. Okay, this is Camino. Camino, obviously I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so it's good to see these names being used. But again, another lending platform here where you can stake and borrow. You can see 12% here on USDC, and the borrow APY is obviously a bit higher at 30%. If we scroll all the way down here, obviously we can see they do cater to a lot of coins. They're integrated with Jupiter. They got the main market and the altcoin market there. Fantastic stuff. But if we look at the bottom here, we can see total supplied 1.4 billion, total borrowed is over 500 million, and their borrow and lend TVL is just over 900 million, which is fantastic. Okay, when you see numbers like that, that is brilliant in terms of how much they've scaled and integrated themselves into the market. So what strategies can you use when using a platform like this? Let me just talk about this because the good thing about this platform is the K tokens. Essentially, this is how you can maximize your profits. Okay, so users can deposit assets into Camino's liquidity vaults and receive K tokens. K tokens represent the value of the deposited LP position, so liquidity pool position, and auto compound or earn yields to maximize your profit. These K tokens can be used as collateral in Camino Lend to borrow other assets while continuing to earn yield from the LP position. Essentially, this is called a yield loop strategy. You deposit your K tokens, you borrow underlying assets, and then you reinvest those assets you've borrowed to maximize your yield and earn extra yield on both investments. Another strategy is called delta neutral. You borrow against your K tokens to maintain a position neutral to price movements, minimizing your risk. And then a final strategy here that you guys can use is where you use K tokens to borrow and invest in Sol assets, so Solana assets, leveraging exposure while earning yield. This is a little bit riskier, but essentially you're still going to be earning over this time. And that is Camino in a nutshell. Another great lending platform. I really like how they're utilizing the K token, and it's definitely one that you should check out. And as you can see here with USDC, the total supply here is 127 mil. Okay, total borrow is 73 mil. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of people using this and just adding liquidity to the market, which is really, really good to see. Let's move on to the next project. If we head over to borrow and lend, essentially this keeps the platform going, providing liquidity for these traders. We can see that, yeah, they do have a hell of a lot of users, okay? So, yeah, 194,000 users is huge. Okay, you can obviously lend and borrow like we've talked about with the other platforms, but you're seeing a whopping 15% APR on USDC and a very cool 7 or nearly 8% here on USDT. So this platform is definitely one I would recommend, but without further ado, let's jump in to the next coin. Next up, I want to talk about Drift. So Drift is essentially a decentralized exchange, okay? It is on Solana, but you can trade basically any perp contracts here on this thing, as you can see here. And with this, it allows you to trade perpetual contracts. What that means is you can trade contracts that allow leverage, right? So these guys offer up to 20x leverage. I would not advise using so much leverage like that, but it's great to see that this is developed so far. And previously, we weren't seeing this available with decentralized exchanges. These guys kind of boast that they offer a centralized exchange experience, but on a DEX, and I would totally agree with them on this front. Okay, you can see total 24-hour trading volume over 200 million. Okay, that's massive. A lot of centralized exchanges don't even get that. So this is huge. All right, a 30-day trading volume, we're seeing 3.3 billion. Total open interest, you can see total open interest is over 100 million, and total value locked, which will essentially provide liquidity for these leverage traders, is over 300 million. So yeah, they've got liquidity, they've got a platform that looks fantastic, and they've got a product that works. So definitely check these guys out in the description, because I've not even seen anything close to this in the markets as of yet, and I'm really, really impressed by these guys. If we head over to borrow and lend, essentially this keeps the platform going, providing liquidity for these traders. We can see that, yeah, they do have a hell of a lot of users, okay? So, yeah, 194,000 users is huge. Okay, you can obviously lend and borrow like we've talked about with the other platforms, but you're seeing a whopping 15% APR on USDC and a very cool 7 or nearly 8% here on USDT. So this platform is definitely one I would recommend, but without further ado, let's jump in to the next coin. So the final project I'm going to talk about here today is Solend. This is the autonomous interest rate machine for lending on Solana. These guys have massive backing, as you can see here, just big names all across your screen right now. Dragonfly Capital, Polychain Capital, Race Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Solana Foundation, just to name a few here. Okay, these guys have total assets supplied at 335 million and borrowed at 82 million, okay? So these guys are not messing around, and they have built a beautiful platform as well. I love how they've incorporated the orange here from their logo into their whole UI. All right, if we are looking at the rates here, we can see that 7% on USDC and USDT being a 6.7% as well for lenders. If we go up to the top here, we can see total value locked at 234 million. That is pretty crazy, if I do say so myself. And it's a platform people are already using. It's a platform that's got massive backing. It's a platform that's scaling ridiculously fast. So definitely check this one out. They've got pools here. They've got bridge C tokens. If you don't know what this is, it's essentially what they're using as their stable coin. and they're hoping to obviously grow the TVL on this and have this as a household name. It's really cool to see projects like this on Solana because when I was just getting into the space, guys, Solana was basically a nothing burger. Now we're seeing all of these extra layers on top of the blockchains, and we're seeing really, really good projects come through. And let's just summarize on some of these projects we've talked about here today. Okay, so first of all, we have MarginFi. These guys, again, super clean UI, really good rates. We've got Camino, beautiful name, of course, and really nice logic behind their K token right there as well. And these guys have really good rates as well coming through. We also have Drift. Again, this is the decentralized exchange on Solana, and this allows you to trade leverage on the blockchain, which is pretty ridiculous. And they do have the liquidity and backing behind them to make this a thing. A lot of projects do not, but this one seems to be flying and doing it very gracefully in this space. And then finally, Solend coming through here that we just talked about. Again, huge partners behind this one. Do not forget Solend as a name. These guys will be around, and these guys do offer a hell of a lot of assets that you can use throughout the platform. So that is going to be it from me. I hope you do check out these projects. They are in the description, so feel free. Just go explore them. Go see what they're all about. So that is going to be it from me. Those are my 4 projects that I would recommend you guys check out because they are big names already, but they are going to only get bigger. So seize the opportunity right now. Get these good rates on your lending and borrowing, and also the trading as well from Drift. That is going to be it from me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, leave a comment if you have any notes on this, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.